Hi guys, how's everybody doing? I have been so busy. I know I haven't come on in a while, but the month of March is super busy for us. Our anniversary, two of our children were born this month. We had the Persian New Year, so we had fire party last night. Friday, we're having New Year's Eve dinner. Busy, busy, busy. We had about 60 people at our house last night, and it was much smaller than we usually have because there were a lot of different parties going on, so people were going to different places this year. It's a crazy, crazy time, and the weather, oh my gosh, the wind was just blowing and blowing and blowing, so we couldn't have a fire. I live in Comal County. We have a fire ban, and my husband wanted to do a little, one of those little logs that you put in the fireplace. He said we could do that, and that we've done those before, but even one little ember could I mean, we've had fires pretty close by, and if you don't want to take a chance, there's a burn ban. It was super windy. It's very, very dry. It's so dry here that we're not even seeing the wildflowers that we usually have in our yard. We're in a rural setting here. Usually we have yellow flowers all over the place, and we have a little bit of blue bonnets. Even the highways, the blue bonnets aren't up like they usually are. They're usually out really super early. We're not seeing them this year because it's just been so dry. We don't have enough rain, so we did not want to have a fire. We didn't want to get in trouble. We didn't want to set anybody's house on fire. So what we did was we got solar lights and we made little piles of fire, little wood piles, because we need three little fires. That's what you do. You jump over the fire, the fire party for the Persian New Year. And we put the solar lights in between the little wood, the little firewood. So, and they were twinkling on and off, so it kind of looked like a fire. If you look from a distance, it kind of looked like a fire. So that everybody jumped over the lights. That's what we did. We didn't take a chance. But we heard that some people went to the parks and they had fires. So I don't know. We weren't willing to do that because it's a $50,000 fine and you could go to jail and you could burn somebody's house down. So we weren't willing to do it. We weren't willing to take that chance. But we had a good time. Everybody brought a lot of food. I made a lot of food. I cooked for hours and hours. I could feel my back going out yesterday. I was telling my husband, if I turn the wrong way, you know how it is, and your back goes out and you just fall on the floor, which has happened to me so many times. And I was like, I can feel it's coming. My back was really tweaked. I woke up this morning, I could barely get out of the bed. It was hurting so bad. Just one movement and I'd be on the floor and not even be able to move. But I took a hot shower, put some Aleve on my back, and I got a back brace on, so it's feeling much, much better. But the sad news is my Addie cat, she has a cold, she's sick. She was sneezing for the last couple of days, and she she went into the warmest room. My daughter, she gets full sun, and her room is super warm, and she stayed in her room all day yesterday, which is really weird. She's always in here by me, always. I have a fan on because it's so warm, but she stayed in there the whole day. I knew she was sick. One time she got a cold. I don't know if y'all remember. She had a cold a couple of years ago. It was really bad. It was terrible cold. She was just breathing through her mouth. Excuse me. And because her nose was all stuffed up and she was just drooling like mad. She looked like she was so sick. Her eyes were drooling, her mouth was drooling. But she's got a cold, but she doesn't have it to that degree, thank goodness. I guess her nose isn't stuffed up. Her eye is a little bit watery. She's sleeping a whole lot, but she is back in my room. She slept here last night with me in my bed, and she's in the closet now. There's an area that she likes to sleep on. I have some crates, I don't know, some bins, some blue bins full of clothes, winter clothes and things that I need to get rid of. And then I have a blanket on top of that, so she gets up there and she sleeps. So she's asleep up there, but she's doing better. She looks better. And she's eating and drinking and going to the bathroom. So I know it's just a cold. I hate to see her sick. And I did do healing sessions for her. Every time I'm looking at her, I stop and do a healing session for her, and she's doing good. So she ate this morning and everything, so I feel like she's fine. So as usual, there's so much going on in politics. So this Trump is just doing everything he can, and y'all heard that um, now he wants to impeach a federal judge, right? Because he ruled that Trump cannot use wartime powers to deport hundreds of people. But he did do that. So now that's in the court. But they, this judge has said, stop. You're not doing that. You can't do that. And now he's saying he should be impeached. And then Justice Roberts comes along and they're saying he rebuked Trump. Did he rebuke Trump or did he say, come and see me? Nobody's saying that. Nobody is saying, he's telling him, you don't impeach a judge. You go through the channels. You go, uh, you gotta play it out in the court. You can't impeach him. Bring it to Uncle Roberts, and I'll help you out. That's what I'm getting. That's the energy that I feel. You know, Now Justice Roberts is protecting federal judges because that's his job and that's what he's supposed to do and that's what he should do. But he's also letting Trump know that I'll take care of you. Remember me? Remember, I got your back. Come and see me. Come see Uncle Roberts. I'm going to take care of you. That's what I'm getting here. So play it out as it should. That he's saying you don't try to impeach because really the Supreme Court has created a monster by saying that he's a king, that a president is a king. They've created a monster. They know what they've created. They understand that. And they want to make sure that Trump, if they rule against Trump, they want to make sure that he's going to abide by their ruling. So he's got to tell Trump, you have to abide by this federal judge's ruling also. And then we'll take care of you in the end, but you have to abide by rulings. So they're trying to keep him, you know, I don't know, honest. I can't say honest, but they're trying to make sure that he don't get too much out of control because they know the monster that they've created. They really have done that, and that's on them. That really is. Trump's declaring war on the courts, and what if he decides he doesn't want to abide by the Supreme Court's ruling? What if he says, "What you gonna do about it? I'm a king. You told me I'm a king." So they're trying to nip it in the bud. Justice Roberts is trying to nip that in the bud now, but also sending a message, we got you, come and see us. Come see the Supreme Court. So my husband leaving the room. So Tesla today, the Tesla stock, I'm always watching it because I'm so interested in seeing it go down. I shouldn't be so happy when I see somebody losing their ass, but it's Elon Musk, and it's been going down, down. Today it's up a little bit. They're trying to tweak it to make sure it goes up a little bit, and it's rising a little bit. And he just did an interview right before I turned on my recording. Musk did an interview and he said Democrats, because they said some crazy person set some Teslas on fire in Las Vegas, right? So now all Democrats are deranged and mentally ill because Musk says that I've never done anything harmful, only productive things. Really? I think there's, half the nation, or more than half the nation, would disagree with you on that. Um, but A CEO said that it's calling for Musk to step down from Tesla, and I feel like they're really going to push this. There's going to be more people, more of the investors that are going to be on board with asking him to step down. You know, you can, you're free to speak out, you're free, but it does have repercussions. Freedom of speech, you have the right to say whatever you want, but there are repercussions, and it could be that you're not going to be the CEO anymore. Of course, he's done a lot more than speak out. We know that. But I'm feeling like there's more of the investors are going to be calling for him to step down as CEO. So I feel like it's headed in that direction. I think it was just one person, one investor that's calling, but there's going to be others. What else? So Trump and the Ukrainian president had a phone call today. Zelensky. Um, Zelensky, knowing that the United States isn't backing his country anymore, he knows he's up against a wall. He really is. He's up against a wall. And I think he's going to acquiesce, and give some land to Putin just to end this war. Putin's going to take some of Ukraine. That's what he wanted. He wanted all of it, but um, yesterday Trump spoke to Putin on the phone, and as soon as he got off the phone, Putin attacked 6 different locations in Kyiv, 45 drone attacks as soon as he got off the phone. I think that Zelensky is getting a lot of guidance, not just from his generals and country and people in his country, but from outsiders also, other uh, European nations. They're giving him advice too, and I believe they're saying, you know, give Putin a little piece of land and get out of this, get out of it. I think that's what's going to happen, more likely. That this has gone on too long for 3 years. It's terrible. It really, really, really is horrible. And my husband was telling me he was talking to his sister in Iran, and they're hearing that they may be attacked by Israel. They're very afraid. There's people saying that the Iranian army is on standby. And, a lot of the families there in Iran, they're not doing well. They're all the sanctions that have been on them and everything. Everything is very expensive. We think things are expensive here. They're super expensive in Iran. And I think there's really hardly no middle class. Either you're doing well or you're not doing well. There's nothing much in between. A lot of families aren't able to celebrate the New Year's as they would, because it involves a lot of food, a lot of cooking. They set their table, they do all these things, and they just can't afford to do it this year. My husband was saying there's lots and lots of people that are just doing without. They can't do it. They just don't have the means. Just folks are just really struggling. It's so sad. But there's an area that they're saying Israel might hit, and they're telling people they should leave that area. So, and it's not anything, it's not the government putting out this information, but there's talk going on and saying, information being leaked here and there. Who knows if that's really true, but that's what my husband had told me, that they're really afraid that Israel's going to attack them. It's very scary. And Israel is attacking Gaza, and they've taken even more land in Gaza. I'm telling you, they're honestly, they're trying to wipe out the Palestinians. They're completely wanting to take over the complete Gaza. So where they were, they're moving them over, moving them over, moving them over till they're just pushing them out completely. These people are starving. They're being brutalized. They're bombing, bombing, bombing. Hundreds of people are being killed every day. It's it is a shame. It's a horrible shame. You know, mainstream media should be talking all about this, of what's going on and everything. If you want to know what's going on in Gaza, if you want to know what exactly is doing, you have to go look at your news from, the Middle East. Go to the Middle East and see all their different news organizations, what's happening. They're the ones that are reporting on it, and that's where you can get your news from, because there's no news here. Not really saying much of anything, and it's terrible. It's horrible that a country can do that and just kill hundreds of people. It's mind-boggling, and it's horrific that that kind of thing goes on in this day and age. It's terrible, and we just should come together and pray for peace throughout the world. Throughout the world, we shouldn't be doing this to each other. You know, they're all our brothers and sisters. They're all just like us. They all have families. They all have people they love. They're all hurting. They're all having, struggles. But I think, you guys, we're going to find out that, uh, going back to Elon Musk, he is not the person that he's made everybody think that he is. He's not the genius that he's portrayed himself to be. And that is the honest to goodness truth. So what happened is he, you know, had good fortune and made money, and then he's able to pay a lot of people to do good work and make him look good. And that's all he's done. He's used other people's good work and acted like he's the genius, but he's not. He's not the genius. And he is doing a lot of things harmful. So I look forward to seeing Tesla stock go down, down, down. I look forward to it. And I think what's going to happen is it will fall again. So they're propping it up. That's what they're doing. That's all they're doing, is propping it up, and then it'll fall. And prop it up, and then it'll fall. But it's going to go down because people are not going to buy Teslas. They're just not. Who's going to buy all the Teslas? The billionaires, the rich people. How many Teslas can they buy? How much? They've got to. Where the people? Where are the people that drive the economy? Where are the people that are buying the Teslas and all that? People in other countries, they're not buying it. Germany's not buying it. No way. You know, in Europe, they're not buying Teslas. None of them are buying Teslas. In China has a better electric car than a Tesla. So they're not going to buy that there either. And here, American people, they're not going to, there's a very, very few people that are going to buy a Tesla. So I heard that Chinese have an electric car that charges up much faster than a Tesla. Like, you can charge it up within a few minutes and it'll go 250 miles. So why buy a Tesla when you can buy that Chinese car, Chinese people are very innovative, and you should see China. They are so advanced. They're so advanced. They really are. I wish I could go there and visit, just take a look at their cities and all. I've seen all these videos, and it's just, they have bullet trains everywhere, everywhere, knocking things over. Anyway, we need to catch up. Our politics are holding us back. They really are. What's going on? They're holding us back. Anyway, I do believe that his stock is going to keep going down. It's going to bring him down. And, I hate to be gleeful about it, but I'm going to be happy. I really am. And Trump is, Trump is Trump, but I do think things are catching up with Trump also. They are going to catch up with him. And even though Justice Roberts is signaling to Trump to bring it to us, bring it to the Supreme Court, go through the appellate process and bring it to the Supreme Court, but he doesn't really answer for all the other justices, and things may not turn out the way he thinks they will. So he can only answer, for himself. Um, and again, going back to the Ukrainian war, I think there's going to be an agreement very, very soon. There's going to be an agreement because 3 years is a long time. It's terrible. So I think because Trump is not going to back up Ukraine, he's forcing Ukraine. That's what he wanted to do. And they're saying Trump is such a great, fabulous negotiator. No, he's not a negotiator. He's a backstabber. He stabbed Zelensky in the back, and Zelensky's back is against the wall. He got no choices. He's going to have to give up a little bit of the territory to Putin to get this all to stop. That's not exactly what Putin wanted either. He wanted the whole Ukraine. So, it is a compromise on both ends. But the thing is, Putin didn't have any right to invade and bomb this, this sovereign state, this country, sovereign country. Anyway, that's my take on everything. That's what I'm getting. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all something that happened. This was so interesting. So for New Year's, we set a New Year's table. And if you can Google it and look at it, it's for the Persian New Year's table. They put things on it that are 7 items that start with an S, and they put candles, a mirror. They make it real elaborate, put flowers, all kinds of pretty little items, colored eggs for fertility. So it's called a half sin, and we set the table for that every year for New Year's, and we were setting it for our fire party. So I know what all the items that start with an S, and I put them all in these pretty little gold plates. I should take a picture of it and show it to y'all. It's real pretty. And then I told my husband, just set it how you want it. I bring it all to him, and he puts it on the table. We have a nice Persian tablecloth. He's got these big elaborate candles. It's really beautiful. So he decorates everything. He puts it how he wants it. And then, of course, I come over there after he's done, and he leaves the room, and then I'm over here, and I'm adjusting things and putting things here and there, and I'm thinking something's missing, and I keep hearing this word in Farsi in my mind. I keep hearing it. Somebody's telling it to me over and over and over, but I'm just not paying attention. I'm just like, I don't know why do I keep hearing this word? It was Basadejan. I don't know. I can't even say it. Basadeja. I don't know. I'm not saying it right, but I kept hearing it over and over and over. And so I go to my husband and I go, what does this mean? And I tried to repeat it. I said, Basadeja or Je, Basadeja. It means that's enough. He goes, it means that's enough. I'm like, oh, well, somebody keeps telling me over and over, that's enough, that's enough. And he goes, that sounds like my dad. And his dad did come visit us one time. And I remember I was gardening and I was putting fertilizer on all my garden area. I was putting in the soil. And he was standing behind me telling me, that's enough in Farsi. And he was yelling that at me when I was fooling around with that half scene. I was adjusting everything and moving it all around. He was saying, that's enough. So I thought that was pretty funny. And I'm like, there's no way I could remember that word. I can't even say it now. I was hearing it over and over in my mind, and that way I could say it to my husband. but it's gone. It's gone now, and I don't speak Farsi, so that's weird. It was pretty cool. Our loved ones are with us all the time, and they're seeing what we're doing. They're with us, and they let their presence be known to us in one way or the other. So, when you're hearing things in your mind, you're doing something, you're hearing something, and that sounds just like my mother, or that sounds like my dad, or my grandfather, or something. That is them. That's them talking to you. Listen to them, and they're just letting you know they're around. They're watching what you're doing. He was a part of our celebration, and he just wanted to make it known. I'm here, and that's enough. You need to leave that table alone, girly. All right, guys. I still have that special going if anybody wants to get a reading with a healing session and a chakra balancing. I've been doing those every day, even though I've been really busy, but I've been taking the time and doing my readings also before I get busy during the day. I need to go feed my husband some lunch, so I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. He I don't know why this man won't eat unless I put it on a plate for him, but that's the way it is. So it's getting later in the day. Y'all take care. I look forward to hearing from y'all. And even if I don't comment back on the comments, know that I am reading all your comments because they come through my email and I read all of them. So thank you guys so much for being a part of my journey here and supporting me. I really appreciate it. Love you guys so much. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now.